Okay. Good evening. We are opening the meeting for the Board of Health, Tuesday, March 28th at 6 p.m. We have present Michelle Kennedy, who is a board member, Christina Russo, board member, myself, Christine Stewart, board chair. We have Delshon Flip, our health agent, and we have our fine Janine, who is here doing minutes for us tonight. Yay. Our
Thank
junior
you,
administrative assistant. Okay, so let's get started. Do we have bill vouchers?
No bills.
No bills. Awesome. We signed all our bills, so we're good. And trash abatements. Throw that there. Is this the original one?
So
that I have?
everything that's on top of that, your folder is original.
Okay.
Everything in your folder is
Copies.
copies.
Okay, great. So these, oh,
I know, I
too
said
bad.
that too.
I'm just responding to the
Passing away.
passing away of a resident. It's sad.
And they didn't even know. They just called me up to say, can you stop our trash? And I was like, oh, honey, I can do more than that.
Okay.
And he's like, oh, really?
Yeah,
So,
okay. All right, so do we have a motion to accept?
I just want to point out one thing.
Sure.
Account number 3993, I added that after I had sent it to you guys on Friday.
Okay.
Yesterday, we were reminded by the homeowner that we never gave her an abatement for January. And I just wanted to get that out of the way before it was also interest that we were abating. Because
Okay.
she's going to be billed again in April.
Thank you.
All right, so in April, do we just need to abate for January? Are
That's
we-
it, because then they'll be, oh, wait a minute, Janine, you said they were coming back in,
So that they
Oh, yeah.
just got back.
So it'd be a different bill.
yeah.
So
it'll
that'll be the
different.
next bill, so we're
Yeah,
good.
they'll be fine.
Okay,
Yep.
all right, so we only need to abate the January. Okay. Any questions from anybody?
No, and there's a
Comments?
February on here too.
Yes. And he was on there when I sent it to you guys.
Yeah.
But he was somebody that called after February and the abatements were already done. So I just told him that I would put him on. And then both of them will go back on their regular schedule month to abate.
All right, any other questions?
No?
All right, motion to accept the abatements for March 2023.
Motion.
Second it?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Alrighty, there we go. Perfect. And we need the minutes for February. Oops, sorry.
Thank you.
The minutes for February?
Yeah, I'm sorry, unfortunately, Amy usually does the minutes.
Okay.
But she's been out.
Okay, so we just make sure that we get that put
Yeah.
on for the next meeting.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
So you want to table these minutes?
Table the minutes for February 28th.
Okay.
A motion to table
Motion.
minutes. All those in, second.
I second it.
And all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right, and the next thing we have is Claire Galowski, Executive Director of South Shore Recycling Cooperative. And I'm assuming that would be you.
That would be me.
Okay.
Thank
Welcome.
you so much for having me on the agenda and for being such longtime members of our state organization. As I
I
mentioned
believe I
a few
have
minutes
one of
ago, we're
those, so you
celebrating
can,
our-
I
you
have
already-
that one.
Oh, yeah, I
Is that
gave them in their
updated
packet.
version?
Oh,
Okay.
Yep.
oh,
Okay.
I don't know.
We also got the
No, I
tire.
didn't.
Oh, I gave that to them in their
We
packet.
also got the tire thing
Yep.
too.
Yes.
And the mattress.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
so they
awesome.
Okay, yes, mattress
I'm here
collection
for
was
you.
today, actually.
No, tomorrow.
Wait a minute, today's Tuesday.
Yes.
Tomorrow, they had so many registrations, they had to cut it off and schedule another one for April.
Really?
So,
Okay.
there's high demand for this, and, it's something Rockland could do, you could work directly with Handa if you wanted to.
Well, we have that Echo, and I'm going to talk about it later.
For curbside pickup?
Echo Plus, yes.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
good, yeah, well, I'm gonna be visiting their facility tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yep. Because I'm gonna be in Foxborough anyway.
Oh,
Husband's
yeah, I
on
can't
mine.
go tomorrow.
So, so I thought, just figured while I was down there, I might as well
Yeah.
check it out. But anyway, I'm here tonight about shifting our hazardous waste collection system. Currently, we, as you probably know, we run pop-up events throughout the spring and fall, all around the South Shore. And last fall, we ran into a bad problem, which we did resolve with a great deal of effort, but the big picture problem is that there is more demand than supply for pop-up services because of the labor shortage and trucking issues and other things. They're very intense events. They have to mobilize a lot of people and equipment and everything to run these events. Rockland is now in a I'm sorry, I got too many, I got 18 towns. Rockland works with Hanover. You haven't hosted a collection in several years because your participation didn't really warrant having its own collection, and it's not cost effective to do a low participation collection. So you've been co-hosting with Hanover for several years. We get pretty good participation from the Rockland residents there and throughout the region. But since we're having so much trouble staffing these events and scheduling them, and not having to schedule them over a year out now, we thought we should finally start looking at a regional facility, which is done in several other areas. So I've been looking at other areas, but the primary thing is we have a host, and that's Hanover. So they have offered to set the site up at their transfer station, which solves a whole lot of problems right off the bat. You don't have to, they've already got permits, they've got the space, it's secure. So that was a big step in the right direction right off the bat. So the next step now is to get grant funding for the setup, because we're going to need containers, cabinets, shelving, other equipment. We need a trailer because we want to run the events year round. Because there's nothing available in the winter, and summer is pretty sparse too. You can send people up to Clean Harbors, but they're closed now too. So, so we would want to have a small trailer that had HVAC in it for the staff. So what we're looking for now is support from our towns. So far, 9 of our towns have signed on to it, that they would support it in principle. And in applying for the equipment grant, we're also going to need to provide some matching funds. They always ask for, they want to see that the towns have some buy-in into it. So I'm anticipating, I haven't been able to do a budget yet because I don't have enough information gathered yet. I'm working on it, but it'll be in the low 4 figures, which it can be funded through RDP money. Just to get things set up. I think DEP is well inclined to do this, but I want to get it right the first time and have all the support lined up. And I hopefully will have a budget. I'll have to have a budget by June when I have to apply for it.
Is that a one-time or is that going to be
Yeah.
yearly?
It'll be a one-time, just, it's a capital expense. And then the operating expenses, my goal is for it to be no more expensive than the current situation is. We'll still need some staffing from each of our towns, at Hanover, and, which you do already. You know, we have Hanover, actually, we don't. Do we? You guys have gotten away with it.
We don't,
Not even
no.
the staff. We may want to get somebody from each town for one of the collections, just to, because we need to help checking in. SSRC provides staff also. We have 2 people now. We might end up hiring a 3rd person, if finances permit. And rather than paying per car, we would be, it would be more actual cost. Staffing, we'd have to hire some people from a company that provides the service. Like if we need a chemist and a few technicians, we'd want to have some municipal staff. And then we would pay by the drum, which is more efficient. We would not ship partially full drums. We would store them on site, so we would save some money there. So costs of, as with everything else, are going up and not totally. So we're trying to keep a lid on it and provide the best, most convenient service to our towns and their residents. So the vision is there will be a collection somewhere in the region every month throughout the year. Plymouth will continue to do 2 down there because it's too far from Hanover, and they'll be working with Middleborough and Kingston. To the north, Weymouth and Hull want to continue doing their own thing, hosting their own events, and Braintree also. So we would probably be open about 7 or 8 times a year. Initially at least. So that's pretty much the story. So I'm coming here asking for the Rockland Board of Health to support this, to be willing to sign a letter of support that I will send out once I get more information. And in principle, to commit some small amount of funding towards the capital construction of it.
So my question, Deli, with with that, is that something that has to go to like town meeting
Nope.
to be voted on? It's voted on by the board?
Nope, yeah.
And is there a certain dollar amount that we're allowed to?
No, so it's, no, there's no, I don't know, we don't know the dollar amount.
Right.
We have the money, we'll be using RDP grant money for this one time. We do get budgeted for our membership to South Shore Recycling Co-op. And I will tell you guys, the Rockland Recycling Center wouldn't be as fabulous as it is without Claire, without that whole group. They're very educational, and this will benefit the residents of Rockland. Many times we have them calling up asking where they can get rid of stuff. As you said, Clean Harbors, it's
Yes.
very expensive also. But this is great so that we can say, hey, there's one this month in Hanover. That, and then people don't have to store it in their house longer to wait for the fall and the spring collections.
Right.
Or put it in their trash, which
Right.
Right.
cause problems. I
Yes.
don't know if you recall, about 8 years ago, there was a situation in Norwell where, I don't know, if 1 or 2 residents put in some incompatible hazardous chemicals, and they reacted in the compactor truck, and it sent, they had to evacuate the whole neighborhood, and it sent 3 people to the hospital.
Oh, my goodness.
So, you want to make it as convenient as possible for people to be getting rid of their hazardous stuff.
Right.
Protect the groundwater and everything. And the fire department too, because, they can just feed a house fire or store
Right.
too much quantity.
So it's money that's mostly grant money, right?
It's all
It's
grant.
not-
It will
okay.
be, all the grant money will be used for that,
Okay.
for us to participate in this.
Okay.
And Claire will give me the money. I mean,
I
the
won't
amount.
give you the money.
She'll give me the money. and then
Give you
I'll
No,
come
she wants the
behind.
money.
But anyway, yes, so, and if it's more than what I have left over from the grant money, I do have enough funds in the revolving account to offset it if it's over and above. This would be nothing, none of this would come from the general fund. This will either come from RDP grant or the revolving account.
So no really cost to the...
No.
No extra cost, yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Well, I think it's fair to say you have our support.
Oh, well, thank you. Do you need to take a vote on it?
Yeah.
Do we need to?
Mhm.
Okay, so.
And I would just say, depending on the fee, I'll let you know what it is, but.
Okay.
But, I mean, it would never exceed, what, 6,000, right?
Oh, God, no.
Okay,
Oh,
No, no.
all right, so that's.
It would never exceed what, do you think?
I would like to say no more than $3,500.
Yeah, big difference, yeah, so that,
Absolutely.
okay. So I guess the motion is to support, well, we have to get the letter first.
Yeah, I haven't drafted the letter yet. 'cause
So-
I've got some blanks that I'll need to.
I'm not sure that we vote on that yet until we have that letter
Well, right now,
available.
you're just voting on support of this.
Yeah, I don't know that we
And
need
then
to
when the
vote.
letter comes in, then there'll be another meeting, and then you'll vote on
Right.
the
Right.
letter.
Right.
so I would say there is support.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess we just
Right,
need a
Claire?
motion to,
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if we need
yeah,
the
I mean, I
motion
don't know that we
for it.
really need to.
Yeah,
Well, they're just saying okay.
Yeah, okay.
I
we're
mean,
saying
yeah,
okay,
it's just
yes.
saying okay, that doesn't mean
Well, they're
that
voting
we're,
okay. I mean, the Situate Board of Selectmen the other night was like, this is a brilliant idea, yes, and they voted to support signing the letter and funding the endeavor to the amount that it's, as long as it's within the parameters that I've provided.
right. I just feel like I'm not sure what that vote is going to be until we actually see a letter. Do you know what I mean? I think we
Well, I can tell
support
you,
it.
In general, what the letter would say is, dear DEP, Town of Rockland supports the SSRC's proposal to build a regional hazardous waste facility in
Mhm.
Hanover, and we would participate in that facility and its programs. That's basically what it's going to say. And we're willing to commit X dollars, which I need to come up with a number, up to X dollars towards this endeavor.
Yeah, so before we come up with that
Yeah,
number.
again, I don't think we can really do that until we have a letter. Because,
Okay.
we're support it. I don't think
Okay.
that supporting it isn't going to be an issue.
Okay.
I think the issue is that we can't really vote on supporting something up to X amount of dollars unless we know what that is. And that's going to be easy enough for that to be in
Right.
the next meeting.
Right.
Okay.
So,
Would you guys entertain voting on up to this much money, like not to exceed 5,000
4,000.
or 4,000? I don't know.
I mean, if you're comfortable with that, we can vote on that. I don't, I
Let's
just
see
don't- I
let's
think
see
we-
the letter.
yeah, I think we need to see the letter.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's
Yeah,
fine.
I mean, this
Yeah.
is official.
It's
and
yeah, it's official. I mean, I think supporting this, I don't think is going to be an issue.
Okay, so I can list Rockland as being
Supportive.
supportive in principle.
Yes,
And it should be on,
absolutely.
and you'll have it in the minutes, the meeting minutes, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and
Yeah.
yeah, but it's something I don't think that, we need, that's something that we would vote on right now in terms of, a certain dollar amount.
Okay.
Because that's something, we need to have that in writing. We need to know what that's going to be
All
before.
right.
And
Before the
only thing
board
that
can
I'm
vote.
worries
And the
about,
other,
because-
just if I can finish, is that the other issue is that we will be having a change of board, and there'll be a new board, and whoever is on that board can vote then on what that's going to be. So,
Okay.
But I can't imagine the board,
I don't think
the
that's gonna
next
be an
board
issue.
doing it because it is the right thing to do
the
for
right thing to do
our
for town.
environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
so I don't think you need to
I
worry
will
in terms
present
of
the
that.
letter in my health agent's report, so you don't have to come back.
Yeah.
And I'll
All
still
right.
be here.
I guess I better.
And Michelle will still be
Michelle will still be
Yes, it's a great thing.
It's awesome.
a great.
It's awesome.
Yes.
It really is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll put that in my folder. Very good. And to Delshaw's comment about the recycling center, I just have to say, I have 18 towns with solid waste managers, and I have a lot of expertise. They're doing a million different things. The health agents are all doing a million different things. Delshawn takes the most advantage of my services, which I'm glad of, And, you know, she doesn't run into things headlong without knowing what the background is. And I love working with her. It's been really good, and your recycling center is only great because, you know, I don't do the recycling center, I advise. So I just wanted to say that, you know, it's a pleasure working with the town of Rockland on these kind of issues.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, we appreciate that.
And maybe this year you'll win the grant point.
I know.
Yeah.
I've got a thing with Situate.
Situate have
We have this thing. I've
okay.
always gotten the most. And then when I verbalized it at a meeting one day, he was like, "Okay, I'll get ya." And
It's
so
all
it's
in
been-
good nature, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're fighting for the most grant money to get who can get the most for our
Got it.
town.
Yeah.
Got it.
And we'll have a little award recognition on that at our 25th anniversary too, which will be this May. We're hoping to get the Commissioner of Mass DEP and the Lieutenant Governor to come and speak.
Oh, my.
So,
That would be
we got one
wonderful.
Yeah,
on
that's
that.
nice.
That would be wonderful.
Good, we'll see you on Channel 5.
Thank you so much, Claire.
Thank you.
It was great to
We
meet you.
appreciate you coming.
Finally.
Yeah.
Our next board meeting is April 12th.
I will be there.
Yes, you're very good at attending. We have a few towns that always show up and a few towns that never show up and a bunch that are in between.
And now it's all in person, right?
No, it's hybrid.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we run it in person and on Zoom, but we have a few people that.
Well, then I'll be there.
That
It's
won't go
Zoom.
in person or don't want to go in person.
Yeah. All right.
And, you know, that's why I have to drive, take 45 minutes out of your day, an hour to drive.
I know, we should have given you
Right.
that option here. I don't know if
Well,
we have the
it's good for me
technology.
to get out and meet people.
Yeah.
too. I mean, it's been so long since I've,
Claire's famous. She's done a lot of advertisements on TV.
you've probably heard our ads on WATD.
Yeah.
Yep. And
So-
you're gonna be in our next ad.
Oh, please.
I always get people
Oh,
from the
stop.
board to voice their ads. Listen to WATD. you'll-
She's only boosting my ego. Stop, Claire. I won't be able to walk out of this door.
No, we've had a lot of fun making the ads. We've got a whole bunch of them out there, and I just enlist board members and other people we work with to voice them. So it's a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Should I stay or should I go?
It's up to you. There's gonna be a lot of, in my health agent report about the recycling. Just
Okay,
the
then
hazard waste, if you wanna.
Then I'm gonna stay.
All right.
All right. I would like to take a 2-minute recess.
Okay.
Before we talk about residential. We can continue. Thank you for that brief recess. We'd like to discuss now the residential kitchens.
Okay, so, we have a resident in Rockland that was interested in getting a residential kitchen. Currently, right now, the town of Rockland only has one. And at some point, I recall from the previous boards and the previous health agent, there was no residential kitchens because they locally adopted. So in the residential kitchen code, it says that pets cannot have access to the room while you're using it. At some point, I don't know, but I think the town of Rockland went with, your pet cannot have access at any time to that area. And I have nothing in writing, and I don't even know, like, I asked the town clerk's office where we could get it. I don't even actually remember. I know that it was before Scott. It was between, like, you know, the Steve Nelson days. So, she was challenging me, and she wanted to.
The owner of the kitchen,
The resident-
residential kitchen was
She's not a
challenging you?
residential kitchen yet.
Okay.
And I don't know. So I was discussing this with the state, and the state says, absolutely, Rockland can do that. We just can't be less strict than this, the
regulations.
state's regulations.
Right.
So I don't know what you guys want to do with that. We have to have something in writing. You can totally say what the regulations say, or you can just go a little bit.
Do we have the regs in here?
Yep, these are the regs. Yep, so this is all the information that I sent you guys over the weekend. Where is it? Food preparation. Oh, pets, under kitchen policies.
So is this
On
what her
page
issue
2.
is? Is her issues about pets?
Yes.
Okay.
So she has a pet, several pets?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
She never even applied for a permit. She's never given me an actual application for residential. She's never submitted. She has just been questioning it for a long time. We got a complaint, or somehow somebody said this particular person is making food and selling them at a boutique. So then I called her, and then that's when it all started.
Okay, so is she in fact doing that?
Not now. Nope.
Okay,
She stopped.
okay.
Right. But I don't think that's necessarily the issue, is that we don't have any regs on the residential kitchen.
These are
have
the
the
regs
state
that we go
regs.
by.
Yeah,
However, if we wanted to, we could be stricter and say that pets must be excluded at all times during food preparation. From the area excluded from the area, wherever their area, I keep saying area. So
So does that mean always, or when they're preparing this food that they're going to be
Always.
selling?
always, so that was the area. So you have to have a separate area in a residential kitchen that is completely separate from your
Own kitchen.
home kitchen, right? You can't use the
Oh.
same refrigerator, you can't use the same counter space.
You can't use the same stove?
Well, this doesn't, no, because,
Because most people, residential, I thought people doing stuff in their residential kitchen are using their kitchen.
Yes.
It's just different knife sets,
well, we
different
don't- right,
cutting
but
board,
they
you know.
can't use their personal kitchen. They have to use the room that they're designated to use.
So then they would need another stove if that were required of whatever they're making.
Yes, and I think that was why before there was no. So we have one, like I said, residential kitchen, but she doesn't use her stove. She has a fryer later for her donuts.
Okay. So she's not using the stove that she would have in her kitchen to make
Yes.
the product that she's selling?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. And I'm sorry, where is it about the pets?
It's on
Page
page 2 of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Retail
No,
Food
this one.
Standards and Permits.
It's on this one. the Commonwealth,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm like, no wonder I
Yep.
can't find it. Okay.
So this one,
Sorry.
so this is the state regs, right? That says pets
Okay.
must be excluded from the kitchen area during food prep.
Yes,
We're questioning whether we wanted animals to be out of there altogether.
all together. Or put, like, I don't know, I mean, some people have lots of pets. Some people have 10 cats, you know what I mean, like, and 3 dogs, and birds, and,
I mean, if you go to a restaurant in the kitchen, they don't have animals. To me, my opinion would be that there shouldn't be any animals in there at all. Whether you're, huh?
People who are allergic to pet hair too.
Exactly.
right, and the pet dander and everything in the room, like, you know how the dog might not be in there while you're preparing, but The
Well, I
animal-
can say I have a dog, and I mean,
They're here-
I find fur everywhere. In the
Even-
refrigerator, I'm
yeah.
like, how did this happen? The refrigerator on a,
Right.
I mean, not to be gross, but on my toilet seat, I'm like, how did that happen? I didn't sit on,
Yeah,
like, I don't know how that happened.
Right.
But yeah, but like,
Jinx
it's
the cat,
everywhere.
jinx the
So
dog.
it's just, it's all over, and I am constantly vacuuming, so it's not, it just happens. So,
I think sanitary wise.
yeah.
I think that,
For myself,
right,
it
if they're
would be no cuts at
doing,
all.
if they're doing what they're doing, right, in that, so you're saying they have to have a completely separate kitchen?
not a kitchen,
A separate
separate
area.
area.
Preparation
So,
area.
the
So
one
they
person
could wheel in one of those cutting board
Yes.
pieces,
So-
and that's where they're preparing, but they're probably using their stove if it needs to be cooked.
If it needs to be cooked,
Mm-hmm.
right. So they're prepping it in a different room and
Mm-hmm.
cooking it in their kitchen.
But it
That's
can't
what I
be a
think.
living or a sleeping quarter either, it says.
Right.
So a
So,
living room or.
the one residential kitchen we do have, she has a big pantry that she's converted into her space. And that's her space. And nothing else goes on in there. She doesn't need a fridge because none of her product needs to be refrigerated because she's dealing with flour.
Right. So I don't know if it means that pets can't be in the home, but they
No.
can't have access to that area
Right.
when the food is being prepared.
No, ever.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
the
what if
state
they're, okay,
says-
their door is here, to let their pet out if it goes out, right?
Well, they have a
You know.
door. They would have a door to this, to
Prep
their
area.
prep area. And it would have to be closed off, and the dog wouldn't be able to have access to it. Or cat, or
The
bird.
prep area. But again, what if it's something that they need to bake or heat, or that would be the prep
Well, so
area
then
as
that
well.
changes, because, again, no one's ever come to me with any kind of baking.
Yeah,
So-
which I'm shocked. I'm
I
shocked,
know.
and I could see it probably is happening, but nobody's come to you. But
Definitely They
probably
good,
don't
let's
even
get
know
this
this
on the
regulation.
map.
It
That's exactly right.
definitely
Yeah.
They may
does
not even know.
happen.
Sure.
And when we get complaints, we call the people, and we
Right.
tell them the process, and we give it to them. And then we also remind them, hey, we have several commercial kitchens in Rockland. I mean, it's a lot. You have to, there's a lot that you have to do. You still have to get your general liability. You know what I mean? So all that stuff is still an extra add-on. So,
Did we look at what other towns are doing in our area?
oh, yeah, that
Yeah.
most of the towns are
They're following
doing.
Following the
state
state
regs.
regs?
Yeah, and you know what? Again, I don't know many towns that have them. I know Hanover has maybe two, but I don't want to go on the record with that.
Too legit?
Yeah.
I think a lot of
Well,
this
from
is happening.
my experience, usually people, we usually use the state regulations unless there's an issue that comes up with, somebody complains that they know about a food kitchen that, somebody has, or a residential kitchen, and somebody has, 5 pets, and they're kind of like freaking out. I know that lady has, 5 dogs, and they're
Yes.
all over the place, and
That's
and
exactly-
then it becomes an issue that you would need to then change the regulation. So, but we don't have anybody right now. Other
We don't
than-
have anybody right now.
And do we know if this person has pets?
We do.
Okay. So, I guess the question is, do we want to make this policy, the kitchen policies, a little bit more strict or stringent in terms of the pets
Versus
So
the
do they-
state
when
versus
they-
what's in the state
When they
regulation?
Sorry, when they sell their products, do they have to say that they have pets in their home? Because if you think
They
if
do
you're
have
buying.
to put ingredients on there.
So
That's
maybe
a-
you put dog.
that could
I
be
hope they're
listed.
not using their pets as the ingredient.
The last thing somebody that making something in their kitchen and selling it would want is any kind of dog hair, cat hair,
course.
whatever. So,
course.
Yeah.
you know, I know there's, laughing, but like, I would say we stick with the state regs, and then if something happens, comes up, or whatever, but stick with the state regs. That's what
Hey.
they're there for,
I don't agree with that, but that's, you're the board.
I'm a bit different because I'm like you. I don't want any animals around my food.
Yeah.
Well, I
Well,
mean, the thing
go
is
to
that they can't-
if you eat soup, go to the soup things. You're going to find a lot of rats running around those plants.
What?
Tall plant. Go to any place where food is being manufactured.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. But,
But
well,
you're-
they're
yeah.
not,
And I,
they're
yeah.
not pets.
Yeah,
hopefully.
that's even worse.
They get good
Some
germs.
people it is.
Leave the rats alone.
Okay, so you're feeling that you may want to have it a little bit more strict, is that what you're saying?
I mean, that's my thought, but
Well, you're you
Yeah.
can, yeah.
I mean, we can do the vote, but
Okay, so, well, we can't have a vote without a motion on the table. I tend to, I guess that you, in terms of your feeling, my question would be, what would you feel comfortable with? That there were no pets in the home at all? That there's,
well,
because I think you can't really limit.
no, what they have in the house, but the pets have to stay out of that one area all the time. This is just
Yep.
says during
During
preparation.
food preparation.
And so when I go to clean, I have 2 dogs, a cat. When I'm cooking, I clean the counters, the dogs, and the cat is never around anyway. She's outside.
I have a dog too. I have a dog too.
And they're not allowed in the kitchen. I have like a little alleyway and they're not allowed in there. They don't walk through there, and just in general, they don't, because they're not allowed. I would think most people kind of do that with if you're trying to sell something. Listen, there's a dog hair or cat hair in that food. No, that's going to be on the Rockland page.
My dog is always at my
That is true.
ankles when I'm cooking. My dog has complete access. I have a cat that I
Yeah.
trained that she doesn't go on my counters, thank God, for the water bottle. And she thinks if I,
Yeah.
Yep, you spray her. Yep.
she just bolts.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
I mean-
and they get that. But you're not making food to sell it. You actually are making it for your family, so it should be even more than that. But you're not making it to sell it. Like, that would crush their business. Like, if somebody found, and we all know Rockland pages, that would be on Rockland page, just bought this cookie from so-and-so, and there was a dog hair in it.
exactly.
So that'll take care of itself. I think the state regs are set up for a reason. We want to encourage people to have businesses and do it, and
But in a sanitary way.
yes, that's right.
So does she not have a separate area? Is that what the issue is?
That her dog does not, her pet does not have access to. That the pet, the only place she could do it would be in her basement. Again, I said would come out and inspect it, and the inspectors were gonna come with me, we were all gonna do it together, and she just kinda went away. And then came back with a vengeance.
What does that mean?
She was very loud and boisterous. And kept demanding that I show her proof of the locally adopted, and I couldn't.
Okay. I see.
Oh, so you
You
were
were there
saying that
that
it
day.
was, but it wasn't.
Okay,
Right.
so she wanted the proof that there was more stringent
Yes.
regulations in the town of Rockland, and you didn't have those?
Correct.
Okay, so your question is, do we need to have more stringent rules regarding this?
Correct.
Got it, okay.
I have, now with that, knowing that story, I have
Yeah.
a lot of mixed feelings about that. I feel like it's almost a retaliation.
What is?
Well, because you had said you had more stringent, right? But
I didn't have proof, though. That was it.
Right.
So I've said this. Trust me when I tell you, Christina, there's no way I'm retaliating against anybody at all. This has come up multiple times, especially during COVID, where people were making food at home and selling it. I said the same exact thing to other people, and they accepted it. This one just challenged, and I didn't have any proof.
Right.
I was caught off guard. So now I'm here with the board approval. Or
To
just
2020 hindsight, get the approval.
So now we need it. So now if it ever comes up again, I can say, yep, okay.
It sounds like it was something that was from a long time ago, right? So everybody
Right.
came in and just kind of adopted that same policy, it
Yeah.
seems like, but there was never a written policy.
But there wasn't a policy
But we
in
don't have a
place.
written policy.
And I
Right.
couldn't find
Yep.
a written policy. So it was just past practice, if you will.
I guess.
And saying that, it's worked because all these people now go to the Grow and Go kitchen, right, Janine, and over to Heart's Catering, and it's
to do food preparation there for the whatever they're,
and do everything out of there.
which, so it's not preventing them, well, I mean, it can prevent them from having, you know, because it's harder for them to, it may be harder for them to go to that
Yeah.
place.
And there's so many
I mean, that's not
regulations
the
too. Like you
solution.
have to own the house. If it's in a trust, you don't own it. So there's other things that go along
So
with
more
it.
than
those
just what's right here,
Huh?
more than just what's right here.
Yes.
You're just showing us
I'm
the-
just showing the what part that
we needed for the,
exactly.
yeah, okay.
Showing you that there is a section regarding pets in residential kitchens.
Is that you? Okay. All right, so, do we have a motion on the table one way or another?
I make a motion to stay with the state regs.
Okay, do we have a second? Okay. So I'm going to second that. I think you stay with the state regs. If you, now we can have a discussion about that. If you have further ideas of what you would like to add, we can discuss that. And then we can do a new motion, or we can accept the motion as written, or as stated, I should say.
I guess I don't understand. I voted,
So-
So
whatever you guys
unfortunately, the vote
decided,
is
right.
2-1. That's all.
Right,
You don't have to.
exactly, right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep, so we have a motion, but we didn't vote yet.
Oh, okay.
So.
You have a
so the
second.
way- Yep, so we have a second. So we have a motion, a second, and then we can have a discussion. So if you feel that you would want it to be more stringent, then you could motion to change this with an explanation, which I feel like you kind of already stated.
Yep.
So your feeling is that it would be, pets would be excluded from the kitchen area at all times from
Yes.
the home?
You're right, that's how I feel.
Okay. All right, so do you, okay, so I guess we need to, so the motion on the table at this point is to leave the regulations the way they are. We have a second. We need to go along with that. All those in favor? I am in favor of that. Christina?
Say that again, I'm sorry, I was
So
reading
the
the pets
motion on the
thing.
table is
Yep.
that we would go along with the current
State
state
regulation.
regulation that pets must be excluded from kitchen area during food preparation.
Yes, I second
Okay,
that.
all right, so all those in favor? Aye, okay. And so that will be the regulation at this time. And it can be brought up again in the future if there's further issues. It can always be
Michelle,
brought up in-
wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
They're being recorded.
Okay. Move on to that. Okay. And the next thing we have is the old business, for the 379 Union Street update. I have an email that I received from Mr. Barry, which states, which was written Monday, March 27th on 2023 at 5:09 p.m. He actually wrote this. It was actually sent to Delshon Flip with the subject to request an extension for meeting regarding 379 Union Street. The letter states, "Hello, Ms. Christine Stewart. I would like to request an extension for the meeting scheduled for tomorrow, 3/28. I am unexpectedly away helping an elderly family member. I will be returning late on Wednesday, 3/29, and will follow up with Health Department on Thursday, 3/30. Thank you sincerely, Ms. William Barry." So that is the update there.
And just so you know, too, that I spoke with Tom Rubel, and there hasn't been any walkthrough yet. So nothing's gone on. I don't know if any permits have been pulled or not, but Tom hasn't physically walked through the dwelling with the architect.
Which was one of the things he needed to do in order to be able to start the
Correct.
process.
Yep,
So he's done nothing in a month.
that hasn't, yeah,
In 2 months.
Yeah.
yeah.
In
since
2
Jan-
months.
Yeah.
Okay. So, obviously, this needs to be put on the next agenda. We don't really have much of a choice. I mean, we can vote. We don't have to give him the extension. But it doesn't really.
What do
it's
you mean
not
the
gonna-
extension?
He's asking for an extension.
Well, he
for
has the right to.
the date. Yes,
Yeah,
I
the
understand
appeal.
that. I understand that. We don't have to grant the extension, but
But it's not going to do anybody any good.
it's not going to do anybody any
Table it
good.
And then reach out to town council.
Not to, yeah, so
Yeah.
I think, so I would like to entertain a motion to grant the extension until the next scheduled Board of Health meeting.
Motion.
I second it.
And all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Now, Deli,
Thank you.
if he doesn't come to the next one, will we continue?
Let's- yeah, we
Are we going
will.
to do the fine?
Absolutely will.
Because right now,
We're
it's
gonna discuss
impacting the
that.
people that are supposed to be having a
know.
place to live.
I know. So, at that point, if you guys want, you can reach out to Tony Riley for more information.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, health agent report?
Okay. So, office update, trash billing. I had a discussion with the town accountant a while ago over the budget, looking for areas to save money on postage. I asked if I reduce the number of times I do billing and send out currently we bill trash every month. Billing 2 times a year or we could go to billing quarterly, 4 times a year instead of 12 times. The most cost-effective would be billing 2 times a year and will also free up time processing them monthly in the office. We're also saving money on residents requesting to have their bill emailed. So, that's in the work to try to figure out whether or not we're going to go to a quarterly billing or similar to what you do with your real estate. You get 2 quarters on one bill, and one's due this month and the other one's due that month, if I'm making any sense. So that's what I'm doing right now, with going back and forth with Zobrio and CDS, who does our billing. So I'm trying to look for cost-effective ways to save on the postage since postage went up.
Yeah, I love that idea. What I worry about twice a year is suddenly it's a lot of money, and some people may not
Well,
be able to fully budget their money.
It's-
You know how they're paying monthly? That's what I'm concerned about.
No, they're not
for
paying
people.
monthly. No
Oh, they're
one's
not
ever paying monthly.
Oh,
We
okay.
send out bills monthly. So
Oh.
in July, so the quarters are July, August, and September. So in July, I send out a group of people their bills, and they're due July 30th. And then August, I send a bill to certain people, and their bill is due August 30th. And then I send a bill to a group of people in September, and then their bill is due at the end of September. So every month I'm billing, right? To save time, I could bill twice a year. The first bill, the first quarter, first and second quarter would go out together. One bill would be for $98, and that would be due July or October 1st. And then their second bill would have to be due December 30th,
Right.
right? And they would have their remits. So that's the most cost-effective way.
It's cost effective, but how many people do you think are gonna put it aside after they pay the first one? if it
It's the
gets to pay
same
the
as real
second one?
estate, though. That's why I'm rolling it out with the same time the real estate bills go out.
I think the problem, well, one of the problems with that is that with the real estate bills,
I'm
a
just,
lot.
oh, sorry. I'm just telling you guys updates. We're not looking for a vote right now.
No, I
Oh, okay.
understand.
All
I
right.
understand. I just, but I just want to, my concern about doing that is that people get their real estate bills, but very often the real estate is paid by their mortgage company.
Absolutely.
And so they're not looking at their real estate bill, or they look at it, but then they go, my mortgage company is taking care of that, and they put it away. So they don't think about it.
But they wouldn't do that with trash because they don't have to pay it.
Right, but I think, it's a little bit different than the real estate bill in that, a lot of folks don't have to
I'm just looking
worry
out
about
for,
that. But it is more cost effective
yes,
to do it that
absolutely.
way.
And it's manpower effective too. Every first of the month, I have to do billing. And that means Janine has to hurry up and get all the day before billing in from the 30th before we can do trash bills on the 1st, so that we're not missing any payments and interest is applied and all that stuff. So it's just a lot of work for the office too to do it monthly. So when I say the office, me. Because I do the billing, Janine enters the bills, and we work great together. So it would be a lot easier. Every second Thursday of the month, I am required to attend Region 5 Emergency Preparedness. This year, we are required to do 3 S&S drills. That's a strategic national stockpile drill by June 2nd. I have discussed this already with Chief Duffy and Deputy Haney to schedule with the school, which is our EDS site. And the Region 5 planners are currently coordinating with emergency management intern to potentially assist Rockland and other communities with this process. She has helped out with Randolph, and Jerry Cody, who is the health agent, he says she's been extremely helpful. She is a student that attends Mass Maritime down the Cape. So we're lucky that we have her helping out with this S&S drill.
Can you just explain what that is?
Yeah, sure.
The Strategic National
What is an
Stockpile
S&D drill, you ask? Are you reading the health agent notes?
No.
Oh, you're not? This is a simple exercise that requires us to set up a table so we're ready in the event that there is so we have to kind
Major
of do a
disaster.
walk-through command center type of thing. So we have to go into the cafeteria, set up a table. I have to wear my vest, and fire department's involved, and then obviously this other intern that's helping, she'll be there, and we do that drill, and that's it. the drill is like 10 minutes long.
Okay, so what is the drill for?
An emergency situation where you have to administer medicine.
Okay, okay,
So this is a simple exercise that requires us to set up a table wearing my vest with our Rockland Fire Department as if we needed to have a command center. When the state and local responders request federal assistance to support their response efforts, the stockpile ensures that the right medicines and supplies go to those who need them most during an emergency.
okay, so in an emergency situation, you know, people can't get their medications for diabetes or something like that.
Well,
It
if
would
it's
be
a
medications
medicine,
that would be
like
set
if
up
it's
for
like,
that?
so
Or
it's
is
sort
it-
of like COVID, right? So if we were able to do the vaccines,
Right,
that is what we need the command center for. That is why we need the S&S drill. So we're on top of pandemics
Okay.
and natural disasters, or if
Okay.
there's some kind of,
yeah, I mean, if God forbid we had a tornado or something and
Yes.
half our town was taken out.
right.
People
Or,
are-
yeah, and like, or like if there was this kind of like pandemic
Right,
and that you needed a medicine for.
right,
The right people got them
okay,
first.
so it can be all
Or
different
giant
kinds of
spiders
things.
came into the town.
Right, yeah,
Sorry, I love sci-fi.
What, spiders?
giant spiders.
Sorry, I was just watching an old movie where giant spiders were going into.
Or a gorilla
We
from,
do
you know,
need to be
Saturday-
prepared.
We
Saturday.
do, right. And this is why we were
Not funny,
prepared
but-
for COVID.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is exactly why we were prepared for COVID.
Right.
But the state took that away from us. So we just want to make sure that we're up to date on our drills.
Got it, okay,
Okay. So public
you.
contracts expiring at the end of fiscal year '24, and that would be June 30th, 2024. I am currently working with Todd Cope from DEP on assisting with the RFP for the trash service. We are hoping to have the RFP out by mid-October.
What's an RFP? I'm sorry.
That's a request for bids.
Oh, okay.
all right, so, and how long does that typically take for the bids to come back? Like, is that gonna be enough time?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You get, yeah. I mean, I've been working on it with Todd, and Claire helps too.
Okay, I don't-
For the 24 though, wow.
Yeah, it's, because
Yeah,
fiscal
it's
year
coming.
'24 starts July.
Right. So the RFP would go out
In
this coming October
Yes,
for fiscal 24.
you got it. Yeah,
Correct, so it would
Right.
start
Okay,
in,
good, yeah.
it would start in July of 2024.
but no, fiscal, yeah.
If you're serious about getting a new curbside hauler, you gotta get that bid out by October.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, so we wanna get that out ASAP. Yep, okay, got it. All right, so we're working on that.
Yep.
So, Todd Cope,
Cope.
Cope, from that's Department of Environmental Protection, that's who that is? Okay. And he's assisting with that,
Yeah, he's our MAC,
okay,
municipal.
Assistance coordinator.
okay.
We've got so many.
Awesome, see, we're learning all kinds of stuff today. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's great, because that needs to get rolling. Okay,
Okay, so for years I've been working with Claire and also Todd on the grants, our RDP grants. It's that time of year.
Dividend program.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
right,
So it's that time of year again, from January and February, I start compiling information to start the grant process. What's that part called, Claire? We have to give all my tonnage and all that?
Oh, the recycling data survey.
Yes,
And your spending report.
And my
your
spending
recycle
report,
memo.
yeah, all that stuff has already passed and has already been submitted, and at any time now, the RDP grant will be up for us to apply for additional grants. So, I was aware, I was in the office, and I was not the health agent, but just giving you guys a little history about the grant and why I'm so competitive with Situate. 2018, previous to my appointment, we got $2,800 in grants. 2019, my first year, we got $10,800.
Nice.
In 2020, we got $20,900 plus a swap shop shed of $600. We got rigid plastic container.
6,000.
Oh, 6,000.
Yep.
We got a rigid plastic container for 5,500, and then we also got a mattress container for $6,214.04. All of these containers are at the recycling center, and they all have a DEP sticker on it, so that people know that we got them through the grant process. In 2021, 19,800. The grant has changed and taken away a few things, and kind of want to move in a different direction that I would never put Rockland in, and that is the 32-gallon trash tote.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would never do that. So I lose points on that. Norwell has them.
Because right now we have, what, 64?
They're like double that.
Yeah.
So they want to decrease the size of their trash totes?
Yeah,
wow.
By half?
They determined that 64 gallons is not constrictive enough to have any impact on trash generation. The point is it okay if I-
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I want you to
Explain that
stay
in
around.
English?
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding.
The point of these recycling dividend program grants, they're incentive grants, and DEP is working to reduce the amount, well, we're all working to reduce the amount of waste, because we're
Okay.
running out of landfill space. We are going to
Right.
have a crisis by the end of the decade, I am sure. There's, landfills are all
Already is a
closing.
crisis,
The
yeah.
incinerators in the state just closed. So we really, really need to seriously reduce the amount of trash that is generated. So they had been providing a point for towns that provided a 64-gallon container with, that's the limit. But then when they did the math, they discovered that wasn't really having much impact on reducing waste. When
Right.
you go down to a 35-gallon, like Norwell has, and you have to buy an overflow bag for anything excess of that, then it does impact the amount of waste that people, it forces people to, well, do I really need all these paper towels, paper plates, people use paper plates. I used to wonder, I'd go down my street and see these 64-gallon carts like that, and go, how can any family generate that much trash in a week? And I find out people are using paper plates and things like that. It's like, and that's,
Oh.
yeah.
I get so angry with my son at night because he always grabs a paper plate. I'm like, will you just eat like a regular human being on a plate?
Don't buy them. Don't buy them.
Yeah.
They don't use them if you don't buy them.
That's right.
So-
I buy them because when I go away, I don't want to come back with a sink full of dishes.
Well,
that's
that's
a
not,
whole other
that's
issue.
a whole, yes, I know, that is not the issue. He is a grown man.
I know.
Does he work?
Okay,
Yes,
anyway.
he does. Of course he does.
So anyway, that's the point. They pulled back that point because they really are trying to move the needle on waste reduction.
Okay.
So.
And did that work?
Norwell it does, yeah. I don't have the numbers with me, but.
Yeah.
If you look at the
They don't
per
complain
household
at all.
generation,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
But they have a
people-
bigger recycling tote too, right? Don't they?
I don't know. If they do, it's because it's every other week. I don't.
Oh, right, right,
I
right.
know, and that's all fake
And they
anyways.
also have a recycling center, which you do
It's a
too,
waste.
Right.
where people can bring, you can't bring trash there, but you can bring overflow recycling there, just like you do here.
Cardboard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in 2023,
This year, Grant, I'm working on implementing a new process in lieu of the stickers, where the residents will apply online, a dedicated link will be sent out to them, and could have potential access to the recycling center instantly if all required documents are uploaded. Residents will also pay for stickers online. They will no longer be an actual sticker, so we can take that plastic out of the trash, Claire.
No,
The new system will have the ability to recognize the plate and vehicle information. I attended multiple Zoom meetings with Gino, the IT guy, And this is something that I'm going to be using RDP funds on. And RDP, he's going to present, is Bonsai going to present at one of our meetings?
I haven't contacted them.
Oh, okay.
I've been slammed. I've had a few, look at our events page.
Yeah. With
Right,
this,
okay.
this is fantastic for people that have computers or understanding, but for
Okay,
our
yeah.
aging population.
Don't
right.
you worry, Christina.
Yeah.
Because you can also still come in person.
Oh,
and we
good.
will assist. We also will have a setup at the office counter where we can do it right for the people right then and there.
Perfect.
Okay.
PHE grants I continue to attend meetings utilizing money. So far, we've spent $6,296 out of the PHE grant for food inspections. We'll be ordering 3 tablets for the Rockland Recycling Center via the grant for attendants to take credit card payments at the recycling center.
I gotta learn about that for hazardous waste.
Yay.
Grants
I don't know if
are
I need to worry
amazing,
about it.
people. So we've got a lot of things in the mill making it easier for residents. So they'll be able to take credit card payments or still take checks, but no cash still. They will
Right.
have to write the person a receipt. They will get it emailed directly from the tablet to them, and then we will compile, then the assessor will be involved in getting us the spot where the money goes. So it's still just going to the revolving account and not the general fund. Because all permit fees go right to the general fund. These would be recycling and just still go to the revolving. So we would still be able to maintain our ugly leaf pile.
It is a fantastic leaf pile. I've got an acre of property that leaves fall, and we take.
Well, I'm talking about the 25-year-old pile out back.
Oh,
That's gonna cost the town a lot of money to pick through that because it was never maintained properly.
And they find all kinds of things in it.
Yeah, propane tanks, fridges.
Things that are not,
Yeah,
oh,
tires.
Mattresses, there's all kinds of stuff in there.
Yeah, and then before they were able to use those, if you will, biodegradable leaf bags,
Right?
I stopped accepting those.
Yeah.
Because they do take a long time to decompose.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they should
That's
be
all
using.
in that pile still.
We should have a sale, because I saw that Job Lot had reusable, they're not bags. And I thought we should be selling those. Like, we're going to go down there and get them because, we're stuck with the ripped up bags because they're not really biodegradable. Yeah,
Right.
that would be a great sale thing too. I think just for people using them in their yards, versus a bucket. We've got the
Right.
big green buckets
Yeah.
too, but.
Ideally, it would be wonderful to be able to have a dedicated person at the leaf pile. Because what happens is they don't pull all the way in, all the way back. They pull in a little bit and then the leaf pile goes and grows onto the street.
But I know, and then they can go back and bulldoze it. We
have
see
to
3
bulldoze
people
it.
just standing there, doing absolutely nothing. We know because we're there several times every day on Saturday, and they're, so that they can do that.
Yeah.
They don't do it, but they can do it. Sometimes they wait, and then it becomes big mud puddles, and
Yeah, but
I got a lot to
thankfully
say
we
about
have
that.
Dave Taylor, because he's been an asset too. That recycling center, it's because of 2 departments started talking about one goal, and that goal was to make that place efficient. And you should see it now because they have
Yes, they
like
got the loom, they've got the dirt.
just where where you drop off all your items,
Mm-hmm.
your white goods and your recycling, Dave has cleared it out so you can make a complete loop around, get your recycling and go. It's just, I'm so thrilled with it.
Yeah.
Inspections, I attended an inspection at 45 Greenwood regarding multiple complaints of dirty fill being hauled in. I contacted DEP, who also attended with fire department and Tom Rubel, and it's still ongoing.
So what does that mean, dirty fill?
It means that the person took fill from a demo prop, and just brought it and used it to even out his yard.
Right, so there could be cinder blocks
There-
in
there
there,
are.
there could be,
The
yeah, a
bricks.
variety of different
Yeah.
things, garbage, who knows,
Yeah.
yes.
Yucky.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's
Okay.
not always the worst, but it's not allowed.
Right.
Right.
Because then it settles or changes or
Yeah.
breaks, and then you've got
Right.
a crack in your foundation. And I'm a therapist, I shouldn't even know this stuff.
It's okay.
The
We'll
Rockland
talk to you about the
Recycling
problem
Center.
later.
As I mentioned earlier,
Offline.
we're in the process of updating the sticker program at the recycling center using grant money.
Okay.
I met a new vendor, Echo Plus, and I have to admit that when I first saw the name Echo Plus, Echo, I thought it was Eckhart. Because I thought
Oh,
it was a
'cause
T.
the plus was
but
a
it was a
T.
plus sign. And I'm like, oh, you're from Eckhart?
You're so pretty.
Again, referred by Clear. So all these.
Go Claire.
These things, yep. So, and then I jumped right on them. So, after a few telephone conversations, we met at the facility to discuss using one vendor
Nice.
versus using 3 different vendors.
Okay.
Currently, we use Echo,
There's a lot going on.
who we use in the savings. So Green Mattress picks up our mattresses and they charge a $200 pickup fee and $35 per mattress and a box spring.
Okay.
It only costs residents right now $25 to dispose of. We're losing money.
Yeah.
Echo has no pickup fee because we are a member of SSRC.
Okay.
And they offer $30 per mattress or box spring.
Good, and then that's what we would be charging our
Yeah.
residents. I mean,
Right.
we have to
Yeah,
break.
so at some point,
Yeah.
we are going to have to increase the mattress.
Yeah, and that's a deal because I'm sure it takes a lot
Well,
more
I
to
didn't
break that
touch
down.
it for a while because we did get the mattress grant also.
Yes.
And
That's
we
over
were-
now.
And that's over now, so I
Yeah.
don't, so now, all the money that we saved up before for charging $25
Right.
is gonna go quickly.
So that's something that you're going to have to add to the agenda for soon. Because that's gone.
Yes. Mighty Flame, difficult to schedule. They don't have the manpower. Propane tanks with Mighty Flame are $2 to $8. Echo propane tanks are $1 to $15, depending on the size. 15 would be for 30-gallon propane tanks that we usually don't see, but
And what is 8 for the Mite Flames? Is that the 30-gallon tanks as
no.
well?
No way, no. Those are for the smaller ones, not the little tiny ones, but the medium-sized ones.
Okay.
There's different sizes.
Right. Okay, go ahead.
Spiegel handles lots of our AC units and white goods and light iron. Spiegel charges us $10 for an AC. Echo will only charge $5. White goods, the same price for both of them. RMG, me and Claire's been helping me with RMG because now that I've got a little bit of time on my hand, I'm able to really look at what they're charging us versus what they posted on the bid, right? So there's a state bid.
Yeah, they're overcharging based on state contract. So, I actually should reach out to them myself and say, hey, you know.
Yeah. So, I reached out to Echo Plus to see, while we were there at the facility, and I said, and then we have all these TVs, and he's like, oh, we could do that too for you. So, we haven't really talked. I'm gonna talk to Claire about negotiating a price with them, and because I haven't committed yet.
Yeah, they should really get on the state contract.
Yeah, Echo Plus should get on the state contract, yeah. Echo Plus is also looking into offering curbside pickups for residents that can't get items to the recycling center. Residents will use a dedicated phone number to set up a pickup time. Echo Plus will be in the town of Rockland every Monday.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yep.
So like if someone has a couch that they would leave out on the curb for months
Right.
because they have no way to get it to the recycle center.
Exactly.
And we
Yeah.
don't pick it up, obviously, they can come and pick it up
And
for
all
them.
the pricing and all the payments would be handled directly through the
Through them.
resident and Echo Plus.
Which is nice. Okay, that's great.
So spring has sprung, and we have a lot going on with events for waistband items. Mattresses tomorrow, March 29th, we have mattress pickup residents, and that's from Hands Up. That came along prior to me getting in touch with Eco Plus. The Spring Hazardous Waste Day has been posted on the website. Residents just need to prove residency and must register first. All that information is on social media, it's on our website. WRPS does a loop of it on cable channels.
Oh, good.
We're having a tire collection. First ever event held in the town of Rockland. I'm so excited.
The regional.
Yeah, it's a regional event. So other towns will be able to bring tires. Now, Claire, there's a little discrepancy that I see because it says on the flyer 2 tires, but when you log in to sign up, it says 5.
It says 2? It should say 5. No, a maximum of 5 per household.
Yeah, but I thought
And
so.
actually, then, you know, and they can, I said that arbitrarily, honestly.
See up above this?
2 free tire there are 2 collections.
Oh! Okay, that's it.
There's one event in Plymouth and.
All right.
Would you like these?
Yeah,
In
no,
Rockland.
I just didn't, I guess I didn't
Teasing.
understand it. 2 free tire collections. So, and then I was like, but they can bring 5?
When is that?
Yep.
So that's May 24th. It's a Wednesday night, 4 to 8 p.m.
At the dump?
at the recycling center.
Oh, Christina. You are on the board of health now. Okay.
All right.
God, are we done?
Come on, we're going. Compost bins. The long-awaited compost bins have finally come in. Residents can purchase for $25 at the recycling center.
Yeah, what do they look like? Because
They're do-it-yourself kits.
Norwell's got some pretty good one. Okay, yeah, so, no.
But, huh?
I live,
think
they're
so,
not the
too.
big green ones that
No, I don't.
have the
No.
pull out at the bottom?
No.
It's from the state.
That's too
Conference.
bad.
Yes, it's from the state contract, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be updating
some
the
really nice
website during downtime to give information to residents on composting. I had a discussion with Lori Childs, and she told me about these worms that people can buy to use in their compost.
Yes.
And it breaks it down quicker.
Yeah.
The red lagooners.
Yes! Yeah, so I'm gonna put that on.
I always say
there.
get 2 composts. Get one, you use it that year, and then the next one, you use it the next year, and then you just flip it over and take it, move it, throw that in your
Yeah.
grass, in your garden.
Right, yeah.
And, yeah.
And people can get some of that stuff
Who knows
at the
about those
recycling
worms?
center.
You are good.
So, rain barrels.
And you get an RDP point for that.
And I do get an RDP point for that. And
Great.
Claire, listen, this is the
Rain
most
barrels, but the
exciting.
problem with my rain barrels is they crack during the wintertime, even though they're not full of water. Where are you gonna put these giant rain barrels?
Oh, you're such a Debbie Downer tonight. I'm so excited about this.
You gotta open the spigot
To be
at the top
quiet.
and make
I
sure
resent that
that
statement.
Yeah. So I
This is
purchased.
my last meeting.
Yes. Do you do that? Do you open up your spigot during the winter?
Oh, gosh, yeah. We
Oh,
turn
okay.
our outside water off, we open up the spigot. What are you talking about for the rain
Oh
barrel?
no.
Rain barrel.
On the rain
Oh,
barrel. 'Cause
yeah.
there's like a little vent.
You know
type of
what,
thing.
though? Like, with global warming, often, they're not freezing anymore, so I guess that problem's, that problem's gone with.
So by using
Is this for real? Is
RD
this for real?
It is.
had to
Spend
have
some more
this
time
kind of
with
a
me.
meeting. We
Hey,
did.
let's have a glass of wine and
I
then
know.
we'll get there.
That's afterwards. right.
So I
Go ahead.
purchased
Rain
10
barrels.
rain barrels with RDP grant money, and we'll be holding a once a month, starting in April, rain barrel giveaway. Trying to come up with some catchy giveaway ideas.
All right, I'm gonna sound really probably not intelligent, but what are you doing with your rain barrel? What are
We're
you doing?
collecting
Oh, so
water.
because,
collect
yeah, you collect
rainwater,
water
and then
because
you
when
use
we're
the water
having
to
great
gardens.
droughts, I'm able to water my flowers and my vegetables.
grass and your-
and
yeah.
Okay.
Yes. But
Thought
then
you
you
were
go on
washing with
vacation
it, I
and
don't
it's
know.
all over.
So,
Well, because when I go to the islands, like the different Boston Harbor islands, the people have those barrels, but they use it to cook with and wash with and all that.
Yeah.
Because they don't have water. So
I forgot how
I
funny
thought
I
maybe
am.
that you were using it to wash with.
it's refreshing.
And then she's got
Yeah,
a
I
little,
just unscrew the lid, I throw the kids in there, I give them a little swish swish.
good agitation.
Little swish swish and out they're done. Don't pee in the.
Don't pee in the rain barrel.
My God.
Okay.
So I'll be promoting it on website and social media and WRPS. Residents will be able to download the Town of Rockland's trash app to participate. Can contact us directly through the app through their cell phone to guess the correct answer. April's will be the first person to unscribble a particular word chosen by the Board of Health office and will win a rain barrel, or we may switch it up and they might be able to have a choice between a rain barrel and a compost bin, because both of them were purchased with RDP grants.
Nice.
I like it.
Yeah.
Can
And
I
then-
play?
People have asking about it. You say, go just drive by
I think that's
129
a
Howard. We
conflict of
got
interest.
one on
We
each
can wait
dream.
out.
I've seen them, Christina.
Kidding.
I know, I love them.
Yeah.
Does your trash app have a quiz, a recycling quiz on it?
No?
Some of them do.
Oh, you know what? They might.
Yeah, that might be a good, make people take the quiz.
Oh,
Oh, so-
Yeah,
right.
the quiz.
So we're
That's
not selling, like Hanover sells them, or
We
the
are
North
selling
People
River
that sign up
sells
for their,
them.
their
so
billing.
Huh?
People that sign up for their billing
Well, what
get
I'm
to
trying
go
to
in.
do is get more people on the trash app, because the more people we have, the less it costs us annually.
How about this?
on the trash
If people sign up for the trash app, they get a free ticket into the drawing for a rain barrel or a compost bin.
Right, but would they have
they
to
have
come
to
in to
sign
fill it
up
up?
for the
Oh, they have
trash.
to
But I
sign
don't
up
know
anyways.
who signed up.
Oh, I thought that's what you were talking about,
Well,
That's probably.
having.
Oh, yeah, and that would be
Yeah,
tough
yeah.
data to collect. All they have to do is come in and show you their phone, trash
oh,
app.
no, what I was saying was that if they, so my first thought was to use a word.
That's a lot, it's
Right?
too difficult.
Yeah.
A word and scramble it, and you gotta figure out what
Yeah.
what the word is.
Well, that's too easy. People can just put that into their phone and it gives it to them.
It does?
Yeah,
Really?
that's how they cheat on Wordly. No,
How do you know that?
I don't do Wordly, I do a couple of different other
I do
games.
one.
All right.
I-
Anyway,
I would love for us
Moving
to be
on.
selling composters next year and rain barrels.
We
next
are
year.
selling
Sure.
them.
Oh, we are?
They are
Oh,
there
okay. Oh,
to
yeah.
buy, but we're also going to give
Give away.
people a
Are you,
chance to
are
win.
you selling them at the open air market too? That would be a good idea.
I don't have the manpower to go bring somebody to the farmers markets.
The open air market.
Oh, open air market, that's right.
so you only have 10 rain barrels though, so if people want to purchase them?
Yeah,
There's
there's
only
only
10.
10.
Deli, that would be something good for like students that need their community service hours to do.
It would,
That would be a
Christina.
great thing to
Yeah.
have them do that and have fun,
This
right?
this is
That
what
would
I
be
love,
so
like
fun.
these ideas, because
Yeah.
we like,
Great American Rain Barrel does events, and you can purchase a rain barrel through them online, and then they have a pickup day in the town.
oh.
So
Yes, and their barrels are fantastic.
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
one.
I think that's where we got them from.
Great American barrels, but
I'm gonna get one. so I can
Hanover,
wash.
was it your kid?
All right, and then last,
Okay, and lastly,
and
That's all,
lastly,
folks.
mental health. It's all over the news these days, and recently being diagnosed with a panic disorder, I feel like I need to share with others. You're not alone. Panic disorder is an anxiety disorder where you regularly have a sudden attack of panic or fear. Everyone experiences feelings of anxiety and panic at certain times. It's a natural response to stressful and dangerous situations. Due to the stress of trying to prove myself to others, I had to seek for the constant bullying on social media and their personal attacks from small group of people who I allowed to turn my life upside down. Research has shown that cyberbullying can adversely affect a person's mental health. It does not discriminate. Bullies can be teenagers, children, and adults. Cyberbullying can lead to anxiety, social isolation, and additional psychological stress that can worsen with repeated abuse. People need to understand no one knows what another person is going through and how it can affect others differently. What people don't know, I'm not only the health agent for the town of Rockland, I'm also a mother to a very well-mannered young man who I have to constantly remind him to stay off of social media because they will also think I'm a bad mother. I am proud of the man I raised 100% on my own in this town that I am so proud to work for. Let's not forget, I'm a wife, I'm someone's best friend, I'm someone's sister, and I'm an auntie. Mental health is an essential aspect of overall well-being and should be given the same attention and care as physical health. Mental illness affects 1 in 5 people in America each year and can have a profound impact on an individual's life. I'll be posting monthly inspirational quotes on mental health on the Board of Health website. Some that I personally want to share with you that help me daily. What mental health needs is more sunlight, more candor, and more unshamed conversation. Glenn Close. You are not alone. You are seen, I'm with you, and you are not alone. Sonda Rhimes. Your mental health is everything. Prioritize it. Make the time like your life depends on it, because it does. If we start being honest about our pain, our anger, and our shortcomings, instead of pretending they don't exist, then many will leave the world a better place than we found it. And that's from my own personal therapist. Mental health is real. You're not alone. We see you. And that's it.
Thank you.
Great.
Yes, thank you for sharing.
It just opens up for everybody to know that mental health is real. And if anybody wants, they can call us. We can try to find resources. I'll work with the Council on Aging, Elder Services, any kind of resource that we can get, because we know that mental health is just overwhelming right now, and there's not a lot of resources.
And so there are a ton of resources.
I should say that.
And there are lines. Massachusetts has a number of lines, 3-letter, or 3-number lines that you can get a hold, and you will be talking to a real person.
Absolutely.
So, and it doesn't matter what you're talking about, and they have both substance abuse and mental health.
Yes.
So I'll send you those numbers
Thank you.
tomorrow.
I appreciate that. Yeah. That would be great. And then,
They're operated
so
24 hours
I'm
a day.
going to have a mental health tab on our website, and all that kind of information I'm going to put right out there.
Sure.
You really don't know until you're affected by it. And it's made me a stronger person to be able to discuss it. And my own therapist said to me, don't be ashamed of it. I mean,
That's right. Once
Right?
you say, hey, everything happens to everybody.
It does. And-
all the time.
all the time. And some people don't know how to deal with it, and I certainly did not know how to deal with it, but with the help of medical professionals and trying to figure out a way to not allow people to get me in that way again.
Right.
And-
Or
and-
trying to allow, I want to say, not necessarily people, but trying to find my own self, right?
That's it. Yep.
That's right. People do not need to, affect you, right? That's
Yes,
what you're doing.
exactly.
Is that
And
not
that's what
letting that.
that's something
Because
that I
they're
have to
always going to be
learn.
there. They're
Right,
always
they're always
going to
be there. You
Yeah.
just have to learn.
Find your voice.
You just have to learn. That's all. You just have to learn how to deal with it.
And say no.
and say no. And then, I've taken this to a different level. Like, I've never been this inspirational person. I listen to these tapes, these people. That's why I said, Claire, when you leave here, my head's going to be so big. I, listen to these positive audio things about being positive, and it's helping me get there, not allowing. A good friend of mine shared with me this, teacher did this experiment with kids, right? And he took golf balls and he put them in this container. I don't know if anybody's ever seen it, right? Put the golf balls, and you couldn't put any more golf balls in there because it was topped off. And he said to the students, "Is this full?" And they said, "Yep." And then he threw in pebbles. And the pebbles worked their way around the golf balls. And he said, "Is it full now?" And the students were like, "Yep." And he's like, "Wait a second." And he took sand and he poured the sand in. And he said, "Now is it full?" And they all laughed and said, "Yes, it's full." He explained what the golf balls were and they're all prioritized. So your golf balls are your family and your loved ones and the things that you hold dear to you. The pebbles are the little things, the car payments and the bills and all those other things. And the sand is all the negative, right? So you want to fill your life with golf balls first, because if you fill it with sand first, the golf balls aren't going to fit, and neither will the pebbles.
Oh, I like that.
That is fantastic. We like that.
Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah, so,
I like it.
yeah.
Big rocks first.
Big rocks first, yes, absolutely. So,
Excuse me, but when you're done with this, I want you to say this, what you put on the end,
oh, okay.
in the Looney Tunes voice.
Can she do the da-la, 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 da-la?
That's all, folks.
Very good. Okay.
All right, but I'm not done.
Congratulations.
Right, one more thing.
All
So,
right, last Board of
Christina
Health meeting.
Russo. No, wait a minute, I'm sorry. Christina, Chris Stewart, Chairman, so I want to address. Thank you. This is your last meeting, and I thank you for your 3 years of dealing with me and all the other stuff and having my back and believing in me. Thank you. Christina Russo, I thank you, and I'm so disappointed that you didn't continue on with the board. I thank you for standing up and coming forward and making our board complete when we didn't have a full board. Because it was a struggle. Not a lot of people. They wanna pick out the problems. They don't want to be a part of the solution. And I thank you for joining us for that short time. And Michelle, you'll be
still
here.
here.
You're still here. And I thank you for sticking around for another 2 years, regardless of what the outcome is for the election.
That's right.
And that's it.
Is that really, that's all, folks?
That's all, folks.
All right, very good. Okay, and I too would like to say just something brief. I do want to thank the town of Rockland for voting me in as a Board of Health member. I have learned so much being on this board. Some things I would have loved to not have learned. Other things I am very grateful for learning. But it has really been, I can say, a blessing, really, to have been part of the team, Delshawn, Amy, and of course Janine. Because I will say, despite what may be out there, on any given day, a lot of good and hard work happens in that office, and I've seen it. And I challenged, and I've done this before, to challenge anyone who has a question about what goes on in that office to sit in it in that day in there for a couple of hours and see what goes on in that office. You guys work your butts off. And I didn't understand the dedication that you all have until I actually saw it. So thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christina, for coming along for the ride.
Coming along for the
I
ride.
dragged you in too 6 months ago or so. So much, much, much appreciated for that. And who knows where we'll be in the future. And Michelle, I wish you the best of luck. Best of luck. No, not ha ha ha. Because you know what? It's really everything that we do in life is we get out of what we put into it. And sometimes we get caught up in stuff, like you said, that the sand, we get caught up in that. And we definitely need more golf balls and pebbles. You got that. So you guys are the golf balls, okay? And, it's important. What we do is important
It
to the
is,
town.
yeah.
And as is all the other committees and the other people that volunteer for the town. They work very, very hard. And I appreciate that. So I just want to say thank you. And with that said, I'd like to adjourn the meeting. So do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.